I'm Alessandra Barrett, Senior Content Editor for JOC. I'm at our 2016 TPM, and I'm joined by Vincent Clerc, Chief Commercial Officer for Maersk. Thanks for joining me today, Vincent.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Do you think the shipping industry has modernized to the degree needed for future growth?
No, I don't think so. We are in a time of Internet of Things where we talk a lot more about the connectivity, the transparency of every transactions. And if you look at where we have this industry today, there is still a long way to go in digitizing the processes that we have, the interactions that we have with our customers, and providing them with the transparency, the track and trace that they have grown accustomed to in many other industries.
Carriers have tried many different ways to cut costs over the last few years. How much longer can they rely on cost reduction and still stay afloat?
I think that there is still a long way to go on costs. It's not unusual in this industry, as in many others, to have a deflationary view on cost, i.e. that we need to be able to reduce our production cost every year. We've been able, through a lot of effort over the past few years, to reduce our production costs significantly, and there is still a lot of other areas where we can do that. Automation, digitization are two areas. Also, with respect to terminal productivity, we have a lot of opportunity there to still reduce our costs significantly.
Do you think that the current activity in mergers and acquisitions that we're seeing, sort of historic levels here, do you think that that's related to this?
Absolutely. I think that the industry is still fairly fragmented, and that the mergers and acquisitions that we see taking place at this time are an effort by carriers to find new synergies, new cost synergies on their fixed cost base. And that this is a powerful driver in the concentration that we see. And the fact that it happens in a fairly hard time for the industry is a good sign of that.
On the subject of alliances, there are clearly cost savings that come with that. But what about, are there other benefits to the shippers that you could speak to?
The alliances are fundamental, of course, to reduce cost for the shipping lines. I think the first benefit that shippers see is actually very competitive pricing in the marketplace, because obviously the lower our production cost, the more competitive we can price. But the other aspect that the alliances bring is also the scope of the network that we're able to bring. So we're not only able to produce at a low cost, but we're also able to deploy a network that is much bigger, much more comprehensive globally than what we would be able to do on a standalone basis.
Thanks for speaking with me today.
Thank you.
I've been speaking with Vincent Clerc, Chief Commercial Officer for Maersk.